Hello and welcome to the Special Interest Podcast, where we listen to your niche interest that you have no reason to know so much about. For those of you who don't know, my name is Evan Callahan, and I am your host for this podcast. My goal is to give the people who have an interest that they know more than they should an outlet to speak out and to be heard. Today's episode is all about the beauty of music and musicals. Joining us today is none other than the one and only Chloe Flay. Chloe, it is so good to have you today.
Hi. I'm glad to be here.
Chloe, please tell us a little about yourself before we get into what your special interest is.
So, obviously, as Evan said, I'm Chloe Flay. I've been doing music ever since I could speak, but I've been doing choir since the third grade, and orchestra since the third grade as well, but I dropped that because my teacher was annoying, but also because I wanted to pursue choir fully. And then by the time I got into middle school and high school, I started receiving different accolades and solos, and I got scholarships and awards, and I got into the top choir at Hofstra, and then eventually transferred here to Malloy, and now I'm here at Malloy.
What year are you?
I am a junior. I'm going to be a senior next year.
Oh, look at you.
I'm old.
Listen, I thank you for taking the time out of your day, very, very busy day, by the way, to take
Extremely.
here with me today and share with us your special interest. Now let's start with music. Where did your love of music originate from and why?
So there's it started because my entire family is musical. I have an older brother who he plays the bassoon. He said to his fifth grade band teacher that he mastered the clarinet and wanted something harder. So they threw him the bassoon. And then my dad in high school did choir, and my mom did the flute, and then they kind of stopped afterwards. But me and my brother both went to college for music, hence I'm here now. And I've been singing since, like I said before, since I could speak, though terribly at first. And there are multiple videos that my parents have of me just singing God knows what.
You were singing before you even speaking.
Yeah, I was kind of just going like, and like kind of going like that, but still singing something.
Before your first word.
Yeah, essentially.
It was in the blood.
Yeah, I don't think I could escape the music. I'm like, and also it's constantly played in my house. Like, my parents have very like different genres of music that they'll listen to.
Mine too, yeah.
And then my brother has very different tastes of what he listens to in music. And then I come in and I'm like, hi, I'll listen to anything but country because it sucks.
Country is very evil.
It's not good.
So, along with this, of course, I assume you're a music major, but
No.
what's your future career path and why?
So, after my undergrad at Malloy, I'm gonna, knock on wood, attempt to get into grad school. Hopefully I can do it here. I'm gonna go for music therapy, and I want to go into, I want to work with special needs kids, and I want to be able to help kids like how I was helped as a kid, and I want to help them learn through music, and I want them to be able to have access to, fun music and just be able to enjoy music at an early age. So then we can raise the youth and have them have music as a part of their lives.
Tell us a little bit more about how like music therapy works. Like, what do you do to help the child?
John Carpenter would be very proud that I'm saying this. It's a reflexive process. But essentially, music therapy it can be one-on-one, or it can be like in a group setting. Essentially, music therapy is when one person helps a client or a group of clients through different things, and it could be like there's different populations like special needs kids or just kids in general, adolescents, adults, or even like grandparents or people like in senior care, or like end of life care as we call it. With like end of life care, maybe it'll be like, say like someone's like 80 years old and all they remember is like Bon Jovi, and they will not respond to anything unless you talk about Bon Jovi, or you play a Bon Jovi song. Then if I, as a therapist, know that, I'm like, oh, this person likes Bon Jovi. I start playing a Bon Jovi song, they'll start singing along, and things in the brain will start to react and light up, and it'll help with memory. Music has been proven to help with memory a lot, and it can help like your thinking, And also just in general, you can do like you can have like you can help teach kids, like you can help them teach the alphabet, or you can have them learn about numbers or solfege or whatever. I'm like, it's so versatile that not that you can do whatever you want, but you can do whatever to fit the specific needs of the people that you're helping. And I think that's really nice, and I want to do that for whoever I work with.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
You mentioned this a little bit ago, but I'll combine these two questions into one because it seems like you got some feelings. Do you have a favorite genre of music, and do you have a least favorite genre of music?
Least favorite genre, country.
Yep.
End of sentence.
As you have said before.
Yes.
Any specific reason why? I mean, I understand why, because it's just bad. But like,
yes.
What's so bad about it?
Beer, going in my Ford F-150.
Okay.
I want white chicks and guns.
All right.
That's why. And that's 90% of country songs.
Great.
But favorite music genre? I actually don't know.
Like, is there a specific genre of music you come gravitating towards? Like always, or is it just?
I'd have to say.
Or just like a mixed bag.
I'm a mixed bag, but I'd say probably one of my like very much like deep-seated happiness spots is like rock and roll and metal, especially one band, Ice Nine Kills. They're a metal band, and they're based like they have like 3 albums, I think. Not too sure.
I swear it's more.
Like,
my brother talks about Ice on Kills.
I think it's like at least that I know of, like 2 or 3 albums entirely based on horror movies. And as the horror fan, I love it so much. And they have worked with I forgot his name, but they worked with someone from System of a Down to make the song for Terrifier. That's somewhere in the movie, if I'm correct. And the song for Scream 7 is also in the movie, which I have not heard yet, but I'm excited to hear it.
You've answered also this question a little bit before when you introduced yourself, but it's better to get more clarity and to explain it further. But when did you realize you have a voice and can sing? Like for real, like this is what you wanted to do in your future. That's the question I'm trying to ask. Like, when did you realize like this is like you have something?
I mean, I'll answer them in reverse. When did I realize I wanted to do music? Middle school, because from the ages of like 5 to from like 5 to like 11 or so, 5 to 9, sorry. I wanted to be a professional soccer player. Because I played soccer for those years. And then after that, I was like, I want to be like a singer-songwriter, and then realized how unrealistic that was. And I'm like, never mind. And then I actually heard of a dear friend of mine who was coming here and actually graduated from here, and she was in the music therapy program. And I'm like, wow, I thought about it. I'm like, what's this? Looked it up, and I'm like, this is what I want to do. And so I didn't think I had a voice, like, I don't say that was worth anything, but that was worth anything until maybe 7th or 8th grade. No, 8th grade. Because I had just dropped orchestra at the time, and my middle school was dumb. If you were in choir,
as most public schools.
Well, yes. Spoiler alert: I went to public school.
I was gonna say who didn't, but a lot of people actually didn't.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah, but so my public school, it was if you were in like orchestra, band, and choir, you were in what was called festival chorus, and that essentially meant you did not sing every song that the choir was doing, and you only showed up once every 2 weeks on a Friday, which is dumb. And so I hated it, and I wanted to do it more, but I was in orchestra, and I was like mid at best. Somehow violin won, but I sat in the back. I literally sat in the complete back of that row. I was like, no one is coming here near me? Great. But I dropped it, and the only reason that I know that I was like, that I thought, oh, maybe I have a voice, the week I dropped orchestra, my choir teacher asked me to sing for the jazz band, and he could only do that if I was a full-time choir kid, and I wasn't in orchestra. So, that week, I got asked to sing with the jazz band. I got multiple solos for my concert. I got asked to sing at my graduation. I got asked to sing the national anthem. I got a solo for my graduation song, and I got the choral award that year. So in the span of like 5 or 6 months, I was like, damn, maybe I really do have something here. Like, I didn't think I had much. I was doing NISMA. I was like, maybe, this isn't, maybe it's just like I'm something like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it'll just be a pastime. And then I did those things, and I got the good NISMA scores, and I got all this, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is something I can do. Like, maybe this is something I'll do as I get older. And my brother went to school for it, and, he stayed all 4 years, and I'm like, wow, maybe this is a good idea. Maybe I should major in music. Maybe it seems fun. Run while you can. It's so busy.
Based on what you've been trying to teach me, it's music seems easy from a distance, but then you actually try to do it and it's not easy at all.
Yeah, like what you like look at it and you're like, oh, this is easy. Try teaching yourself theory.
I mean, it's all the music terms just sound like cheeses. La fromage.
Le tout fromage.
What is your favorite type of music to sing?
Ooh.
And like least favorite if you have one.
Ooh.
It can be very simple.
I do. I have examples for both of these. So, no diss to my choir teacher here. I love her so much to bits. But my least favorite, well, actually, no, it was different. My least favorite kind of songs to do in choir, pop music. I hate pop music in choir.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It should not be a thing. I get certain things like, certain things, would sound good as a choir song. No. Leave that in your little bin of thoughts. Do not touch it.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite type of choir song to sing, though, is gospel. I love gospel, especially if it's in a minor key. I will eat that up all day. Or if there's a very specific composer that I absolutely love, Eric Whitacre. He writes some of the most beautiful choir music. And a lot of it's like, in one song specifically, Water Night, there is I believe it's originally split into like 8 parts. It goes into like, I think between 12 to 15 parts. And there's like 15 or 20 of us per section. There's like 10 of us per section. So it's like, yeah, we're splitting the section in half. It's like, huh? But it's so, when you hear those chords in Whitaker songs and in gospel songs, they just, it's just,
they make you feel something, don't they?
They are just so beautiful and accomplishing.
What challenged you most when you sing? Because I assume you've sung a lot of pieces in your life.
Yes. I have all of the sheet music, by the way, from since I was a kid to now.
What, like, just in general, what challenges you most, like during singing or when you like learn a new song?
Yeah. When I learn a new song, typically I try to find I try to look at it and I'm like, what are the challenges? Like, what's the thing here? Like, what's going to be the main thing that's going to trip me up? Like this semester I'm doing for my vocal lessons, because vocal majors, we each get 2 to 3 pieces that we're learning this semester, and then we perform them at the end of the semester. And my 2 songs are Gretchen und Spinnerade and Vocalize. And I looked at the 2 of them, and you might hear those names and go, wow, those don't sound like English. And you'd be right. And that was the entire, first looking at it, I'm like, oh, that's probably going to be my challenge. Gretchen und Spinnerade, the fact that it's in German does not trip me up. It's lots of rhythm, and it's a very repetitive piano part that you need to be independent for. Like, there's, the piano part, I was about to say could not be less of a help, and I'm like, no, it's actually kind of helping. But it's so, it's a repetitive thing that you need to be accountable for. And that's my thing with that. The other song, Vocalize, you want to guess what language it's in?
Haven't you told me that one is the one with, no words?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that has no words in it.
But it's still in a different language?
No. It's
or
just
is it just ahs and oohs?
It's, the entire song is on an ah, and that is my main challenge for that song. The fact that there's no words, which would sound like, oh, this is probably easier. Like you would think, right? Like it's easier to memorize. No, it is not. If anything, it actually makes it harder because that song, the piano genuinely is not your friend. It does not help you in the slightest. You have to know it. But when you pull it off, it is so rewarding. And I'm like, every time I do a song and I'm like, I'm like, it might be hard. I'm like, just think how good this is going to sound once you do it. Like, you've done French, you've done songs with one word, you can do this. And
it's something that I'm not as vocally talented as you are, or as musically educated, but something like, just to ricochet off what you said, something that does trip me up, at least when I try to learn music, is like harmonies.
Yeah.
Like specifically when I'm trying to sing my own note when everyone else is surrounding me doing something different, especially as a bass.
Yeah.
Like I know you'll never struggle with it, but being like the lowest part though.
Alto 2.
That's not the lowest part.
In a female-only choir.
Maybe actually.
Yeah.
But but just having everyone else around you sing something going up and down repeatedly while you're just going ah.
Yeah.
It's a little jarring.
Yeah.
Because it makes your throat and your mind say to itself like, oh, I need to go up now.
Yeah. I'm like,
it needs to go up now.
Yeah. It does, that doing that especially does trip me up. But the easiest thing I say for me, like, obviously this does not work with everybody, and I say don't do this if your teachers can see it. I fully just play solitaire. When other parts are being taught, I play solitaire. Why do I do that?
I mean, it's both good and bad.
Yes, I only do it if it's like, I don't do it for very hard songs though. Like if you're learning Happy Birthday, right? Let's say soprano's melody, altos, whatever. If I'm singing tenor, I know their part. I'm playing solitaire, so I don't sing it. But then I'm gonna learn my part. I'm gonna get off solitaire.
Especially because you have a huge vocal range.
Yes, despite me sounding like I have like an alto range, I can sing. I hit bass clef, and I hit very high in soprano. I hit bass clef.
To ricochet off what you're saying, what are the main 4 vocal sections?
So,
sorry to interrupt you, but why are they important? Like, why are there 4 main vocal sections? And along with that, are there any other vocal sections that may be excluded from like the main 4? Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah. So the main 4 sections are, there's 2, I don't want to say treble, but there's 2 treble voices and then 2 lower voices. The top voice is soprano, then the middle voice, then the lower of that is alto, and then for the lower voices, the higher one is tenor and the lower one is bass. There are other roles that don't often get said or get like interchanged. Baritone can often also be used for bass, or people sometimes say bari bass, which means you're kind of a bass, you're kind of a baritone, you're just somewhere in there.
You mean kind of a tenor?
Like you're not.
I thought
you're not a tenor.
I thought baritone was between bass and tenor.
It is. Bari bass though is more, you cannot hit, like you're more bass leading than tenor. So there's that. Then there's also such a thing as countertenor, which one of our dear friends here at Malloy, Cole, is a countertenor, which means, he is a tenor, but he can sing soprano. Like, in the range. He can sing what I sing in soprano and be perfectly fine and heard. And it sounds like a woman singing it. And we're like, dear God, Cole, you sound amazing. So there's that. And that's exclusively guys that can hit soprano. Then there is contralto. And
I've never even heard of that before.
Contralto or contralto is altos that hit bass clef. Essentially.
Can you describe what bass clef is?
Bass clef is do you know what a treble clef looks like? It looks like the little fun, tall, squiggly.
It's the regular thing before like a measure.
Yeah. Bass clef is a different one. It It kind of looks like almost like a hook, kind of, and it goes over one of the lines, and it has two dots in between one line. So that's the bass clef. And the notes you read are different.
Isn't bass clef used for like lower voices?
Yeah, it's Modon. You would use bass clef. I
Use
think
both.
I almost exclusively use treble clef, but once or twice I've sung in bass clef. It was an odd experience.
You can't go as low as me.
No, I cannot. I'm not even gonna try.
No.
No. I can't do that. But yeah, so contralto is a alto that can hit bass clef. It's just essentially an alto that goes very, 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 very low. And then there's a mezzo soprano, which is between alto and soprano. You're not really an alto, but you're not really a soprano. But you can hit both. So, but you're in a middle range of them. So that's a mezzo soprano. Everything else is the same.
Something I want to ricochet off, like based off you learning about so much about music. What connection do you have to singing? Like, what does singing mean to you? Is it something that's like means a lot to you? Is connected and is like ingrained into your soul?
I definitely have like very deep connections to a lot of songs or like just music in general. I've bonded with my brother over music. I've made multiple friends through it. You know, I dragged you to do the theater shows with me.
Yes, you have. Now I am part of the club in which I sing and dance. I don't dance actually. I am the stage manager.
You sing and dance. You do the Macarenas backstage with us.
It depends.
You do the Macarenas.
It depends if I'm actually have nothing to do, then I will Macarena. But if I actually have a job to do, I need to yell at you people.
You still do them at some point.
I need to yell at you people sometimes.
Yeah, but
you guys don't lock in.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, I do very much have a strong like connection to music. Like I think it's just so important. Like I think it's important for everybody to have some kind of like I don't know how to phrase it, like some musical awakening, I guess. Just have everybody be so like have one moment that you're like you listen to a song or like you listen to something and it feels like the world has opened up. To quote memes, it's just life is worth living, but like it feels like you hear a song and you're like I'm rejuvenated with the spirit of life or whatever. Like or like you have an epiphany listening to a song. Like I want everyone to have that experience because it really can do a lot, and especially in like hard times or like things with like loss or breakup, especially if you have like a song or like if someone reaches out to you and like he's like, hey, you know, I know you're going through this, you know, here's this song that I think would cheer you up, you know, it's a song I really like, and then you start liking it, you're gonna be like, wow, you know.
So songs have like a special connection to you.
Yeah,
especially ones that like it's hard to explain, but like some specific songs have a specific meaning to you because they were either shown to you or like were a part of a special moment to you in your life. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and
music is more than just notes to you.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely with me, for my senior recital, we'll figure out how to do it, but because typically for music majors, we have what's called a senior recital, which is we put on our own concert for 30 minutes to an hour, somewhere in between there. Dear God, my throat is gonna be chopped by the end of that, and I know it. But the last song that I want to do is a song that I've known since middle school, but it's a song that I really haven't shown anybody, but it's a song that genuinely like means the world to me. And so I'm like, I don't care if it's not classical, I'm performing it.
Well, also it's your concert. You can
that's why.
You can make it not classical all the time.
That's why. I'm like,
you can add some fun songs in it.
Yeah. I'm like,
maybe we could do Virginia Moon.
We could. I'm like,
you should get, in my opinion, this is segueing so far, but you know what? It's your interest. That's what we're here for.
Woohoo.
Just make it like a whole like gaboosh of stuff you like.
Yeah. I'm like right now it's a lot of songs that I've done between middle school and now that I've liked a lot, and that song. And if anything, I'll probably, you know, I do plan on having a few people here and there, play some instruments.
For those of you who don't know, Virginia Moon is a song by Foo Fighters, which you guys should check out.
You
One of
should.
the greatest rock dad divorce bands to ever
Divorce
exist.
dad
Divorce
bands.
dad music,
There you go.
which I am very into.
He is not a child of divorce, FYI.
No, I love my parents, actually.
Yes, he is not a child of divorce.
Speaking of just singing in general and having a
Oh,
variety.
okay. I thought you were about to say, speaking of divorce.
No, unfortunately not. I would like to segue into, I bet, something that you are also very fond of, musicals.
Oh, yes.
As
Yes,
someone
yes.
who loves music, you must love musicals, if I'm correct.
What gave you that idea?
Possibly your involvement in them. I don't know.
Yeah.
As a communications major myself, I can see the appeal of musicals, especially from a production standpoint. But from a musical standpoint, I bet there is a lot to unpack about musicals.
Yeah.
Let's kick it off with what you think about musicals in general. Like, any strong thoughts or opinions about, like, the whole musicals as a whole?
I think there's a musical for everybody. It's very different than, you walk into like a choir and they're very prim and proper and you have to have A-E-I-O-U. You have to have proper vowels and all the Latin and tall and ah. Musical theater thrown out the window, you essentially talk. Like, oh god. You essentially have a more speaking tone unless a song calls for a more choir or unless you're doing opera. That's a whole other thing. I have sung opera, by the way. 50 seconds, but I have sung opera. I genuinely do think there is a musical for everybody. There's so many out there that, if you're a history nerd, if you're someone who likes, like, 1940s jazz, like, if you want, West Side Story, if you want, like, old mobsters or something like that, like, if you want high school in the 80s, like, you want murder mystery, whatever you want, they got it. There is a good chance someone has written a musical about something that you like, and there's a very good chance that it's online somewhere for slime tutorials that you can watch, or
Oh,
a
yeah.
better idea.
I was just about to suggest going to see those slime tutorials.
Yes. Or
Very informational.
Yes, or a better idea, go support the arts and actually go in person to see them.
True. Do not be a jerk unless
you're
broke.
Unless you're like us, broke college students
Broke
and
college
cannot
students
afford it.
and maybe like
Or you have no means to travel.
Exactly, having no means to travel. But if there is an officially recorded version of that musical, watch that instead of
Slime tutorials.
slime tutorials, which
Yes.
are very informative.
Yes.
But I
If you don't
recommend
know what-
seeing it in person.
Yes.
It's a lot better to experience a musical.
And if you don't know what slime tutorials are, by the way, they are
Good. Good and bad, honestly.
Yeah, they're YouTube videos of a performance that is taken like an illegally taken video of a performance.
Usually in horrible, like
Yeah.
not horrible quality.
Sometimes they're actually really good.
Sometimes they're actually really good.
I saw
but-
one for Ride the Cyclone. It was actually really good.
But like sometimes they're at a very bad angle.
Yeah, that was the
For
only
one
thing.
for Anastasia, which was our
The MPAC's maid stage.
MPAC, which is the
Malloy
Malloy
Performing
Arts
Arts
Club.
Club.
Yes, Jinx.
No.
I had to watch the show for the first time because I'm the stage manager and I'd never seen it before. It was at a like
Sideways.
sideways 3/4 angle.
Yeah, it was
Getting
at
a top down angle, by the way.
It was at a very odd angle.
Something along the lines of Anastasia.
Mm-hmm.
Just a general question.
Yes.
What's your least favorite and most favorite musical that you've seen? It doesn't have to be like you've seen it in person, but just most
Yeah.
favorite, like your number one and your least favorite.
Number 1, Heathers. I will die on that hill. I love
That's a pretty
Heathers.
big hill because Heathers has a big fan base.
Yes,
I've heard
Heathers is my number 1 show on Broadway. No, off Broadway, sorry.
Yes, it's off Broadway.
Off Broadway, Heathers is my number 1. On Broadway, it's Moulin Rouge. I want to be Satine in every timeline. But least favorite, I'd probably have to say The Wiz. Not because it wasn't bad. It's just not my crowd. Not my kind of scene for me.
It's not your cup of tea.
No, it ain't my cup of tea.
Not to mention the experience we had at the Wiz. Kind
yeah.
of ruined it.
Kinda.
For you, not for me because I
Yeah.
didn't hear it. But apparently,
Yeah.
someone for just for context, imagine you're going to see a musical that you've never seen before, and someone next to you just starts singing everything in the wrong key.
And also had their flashlight on full blast, looking at the program while all the lights were out.
Yes, don't be like that when you go see a musical. Don't be
Please.
disrespectful to other people
Please have
and
theater
ruin their
etiquette.
experience because I assume why you don't like it that much.
That's part of the reason I don't like it that much.
Yeah.
It just ain't for me. Ain't my cup of tea. But I do see the appeal. You know,
The music is actually fairly good.
yeah. Again,
The set was nice.
the set was really
The
nice.
set was really nice. It's just also the ending of The Wiz was just like a little it was very lackluster.
It was very boring to me.
Yeah.
I was like, it just felt to me.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I just thought the whole show was rushed.
I thought it was,
in my opinion.
It is a little rushed, but I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
But I know you've seen a lot more musicals than me.
Yes.
Speak of the devil. Like, what do you think of just musicals as a whole? Like, overrated, underrated, or like, do you think they're like people talk about them too much, or do you feel like it's like niche enough?
What, musicals or just
musicals?
Music in
Musicals.
I feel like it depends on which one you're talking about.
Yeah, because I feel like there are a ton of musicals that are overrated.
Yes.
And there are a lot of musicals that are underrated.
Yes.
But as a whole, I do feel like Broadway is a little overrated.
Broadway as a whole is definitely overrated. It just depends on what musical you're talking about, like for it to be overrated or underrated. Like for me, I'm saying it, Legally Blonde is overrated.
Mm-hmm.
I think Legally Blonde, don't hate me here, and Little Shop are overrated.
I want to see Little Shop, though.
I know you do. I'm like,
so if I get tickets to see it, you don't want to see it with me?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
you are saying that.
No,
though. I see what you're trying to say.
Shushies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
so
I'm
you
saying,
hate me?
No, I don't. I don't. I just think it gets talked about a lot. Do I want to go see it to see how Audrey 2 works? Hell yeah, because I think that'd be cool as hell to see Audrey 2 live.
But something that people say, which I don't agree with, Hamilton's not overrated.
Oh, it so is. Like,
Hamilton's not overrated. I mean,
Hamilton is overrated. That's what I think.
But I think it deserves the overrated.
Yes, it deserves the overrated because it's so good.
Yes.
But it is so talked about.
But it's also milked a lot.
Yes. A very underrated show for me is Some Like It Hot.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't on Broadway for that long, but I saw the original cast with Christian Borle.
Oh, he's good.
And he's so good.
He's very talented.
If you want a sense of what the show is, listen to 2 songs. 1, Vamp, and 2, Ride Out the Storm. Those 2 songs give you, and also Poor Little Millionaire. Just listen to the whole soundtrack. Do it.
Something else that's really underrated is Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice? I don't know.
I don't think it's talked about enough. That's my opinion.
It's not talked about enough, but it's mainstream.
For people who love Beetlejuice, it's very jarring.
Mm-hmm.
Like for people who are like, oh, I hope this is just like the actual movie. It's not.
No.
But it worked. Like, I will admit there are some songs I don't like in it, like Dead Mom.
Well, yeah.
Not good.
That song is just, I think everyone's tired of it.
But for those of you who have saw the original casting, I envy you. I want to be you. I want to see Alex Brightman so much.
And on the next episode, Alex Brightman.
On the next, I want him here. I want that man here.
Imagine.
I want to see that man perform Beetlejuice. That is my Beetlejuice. There is not another Beetlejuice. But
the guy we saw that was really good.
Yes, I don't even remember his name.
I don't either. I started with a J.
But we got a signature. That's all that mattered.
And Trisha Paytas.
Who's also overrated.
Don't get me started.
We're not, actually.
Just go.
Yeah, we'll move on.
Yes.
But what I'm trying to say is Beetlejuice is underrated.
Yeah.
At least for me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you feel. I know your main goal in life is to be a music therapist.
Mm-hmm.
But do you want to try to continue acting in musicals in your future, or like if you would ever consider being like a musical actor?
Like, yeah. I definitely do want to try to still do some stuff like that. I know I'd have to look at where it is, or I'd have to look at some things, but I know the Cultural Arts Playhouse in both Syosset and Merrick, they do shows. They do their community theater, so it's not going to be the best, but still it's something.
I've been to a show at Cap Merrick.
I went to one in Syosset. I saw them do 13.
The theaters are small.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
It gives people a chance who want to do this, who don't want to do this for a living, a nice chance to actually do it and perform.
And also people that like me, like they might be doing other career paths, but they still want to do it.
Exactly.
It's just a nice way to keep it going and like do it still when you don't have the means to do it, and kind of like on the same path of that, like in like community things with like music, there's a community group that I so want to do, that I've wanted to do ever since my junior year of high school. And it's called the Evoco Voice Collective, and it is only available to people after they've graduated college. So I got one more year and then I can audition for it.
Oh, you're close.
I know.
You're close.
I'm literally the second I graduate, I am emailing that teacher being like, "Hey, Dr. Freiling, you remember how I wanted to do this? Yeah, I'm auditioning. Please." And he still remembers.
Reaching the stage where you need a cane soon.
All right.
This is, I just can't believe I didn't ask you this, but what's your dream role? Or what's a musical you want to be a part of? Like the musical you want to be a part of?
I mean, I kind of had one of those this year with Anastasia. One of my dream roles is Lily from Anastasia, purely for Land of Yesterday. That is my favorite song in the entire show. And getting to be, I was not Lily, but the girl who was Lily absolutely crushed it. But just being a part of it, I was like, I'm so
also
happy.
being a featured dancer
for the first time.
For the first time must have been a great thing for your experience, and you are really good at it.
Thank you. I've played copious amounts of Just Dance. Because I didn't think I really could. I mean, I still kind of feel like I can't, but
you did ballet like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Kind of. But a dream show I would love to be in, there's 3. One of which is Heather's. I would want to be Heather Chandler. For Moulin Rouge, I feel like that's obvious. I want to be Satine. And in Some Like It Hot, I want to be Sugarcane. I want to strut out and sing right out the storm and just have a dark blue dress, and it's just a solo, and I want that moment for me. I want it.
I already have a dream role. I think we both know because it's just true.
Yeah.
It's Adam from Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
I would love to be Beetlejuice too.
Yeah.
But I think you're
too lanky.
I'm too long and lanky. Sure, I can do the movements Beetlejuice can, but I'm a twig. Yeah, unfortunately.
In the most loving way possible, you're a twig.
I know that. Yeah. Something interesting that I was just wondering. What separates someone who is an actor in a musical from someone who is in a choir or like in like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, what are the different skill sets needed for like both like a choir, like vocalist, and both like an actor in a musical?
So, I'm like, it's very different, like the skill sets that you need for like musical theater. Like you're very much. It's a very different to me. Like, at least for me, it's very different because you need to be able to move around. You need to be able to dance, do, you know, all this, that, and the other, all while being able to sing. So in both, you need very good, like, breath control, but the, like, embouchure and the way that you, like, sing, like, and the way that you even use your vowels is very different. For musical theater, everything is bright. Like, you're having a more brighter tone. You're having a more, like, speaking or talking tone. In choir, or, like, especially, like, top choirs, you don't do that. You don't do talking bright unless it's, like, you're doing a pop song. Or it's, like, unless the conductor or the director tells you they want that, you are not doing anything bright. You are going ah, e, o, u. Those are your vowels, unless told otherwise. And that all comes from, like, the original Latin. Like, the Latin vowels, that's where that comes from. And so they're like, if like, a teacher, like, or a conductor tells you, go on to, like, a pure ah. Like, you're not, or, like a o. You know? Like, for musical theater, it'd just be like, oh. For choir, it's oh. So it sounds very different because it is very different. And it's almost like you have to, I don't want to say you have to think. You have to think in both, but you have to more think about your vowel because, sure, you have, you know, in musical theater, you have a ton and a half of things going on. Like, you know, ton and a half of people singing, but in choir, especially if y'all are on the same note, like same note, same everything, and it's just silence, if that vowel is not the same, someone will sound out of tune and it will just be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be right. And like a lot of things, like a lot of teacher will tell us, like, oh, like, you know, try to have the same vowel as the person next to you. So then everyone in the room is in unison.
Along that note, in your opinion,
Mm-hmm.
which is harder, being being an actor in musical theater, or being in a choir or an opera, or are those two not even comparable to each other?
Opera is definitely harder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just putting it
Just
out
by
there.
the bat.
Opera is so much harder.
Not even including like all the blocking and like choreographing you have to do in musical theater.
Because opera is combining the two.
Really?
Yes. Opera is combining the classical training of choir with movements. Like, you're not doing the same things that you're doing for musical theater, but you move around and you need that same breath control. Like, I know people that they weightlift, or like they go to the gym and they work out for opera. They work out for that. And I'm like, my high school choir teacher does Pilates, and you know, you see her and I'm like, you're great, Miss Shmuel. I love you. I'm like, I know it's on Instagram, and I know at some point there was a commercial for it, at least in 2022. There was part of the Queen of the Night aria. It's like the that that, as much as it's like, you know, everyone in the world does it, it's actually hard to get right.
It sounds really hard to do just in general.
It's because you have to be comfortable going up there, you have to be able to hit the notes with clarity, and you have to be able to have the correct embouchure for it. So it's not a thing you can do, you know, willy-nilly and easily. You have to, like my vocal teacher said to me, you know, and hopefully, knock on wood, I'm able to do it next year, because I've been talking about it for a year now, and I'm like, I want to do it. And she said, you know, you have to work on it. Like, you would have to put in the work.
And I bet you are.
Yes. I'm like, I haven't started it yet, just because we're not learning it this semester, but it's in Italian, which is not that hard, but still, it's a long song, and if you're not prepared for it, it will
Mess you up.
it will kill your chops.
Yeah.
Real quick. I mean, when I sung opera for 50 seconds in a song, Susanna vir sortite, there we go. I was Susanna, and we actually talked about this in my music history class. I was Susanna, and the song was so fast.
Mm-hmm.
I was not prepared. I was like, why is there so little sheet music? Or originally I was supposed to be something else, and then into that. And I was like, wait, you know, what am I, like, how am I going to do this? Right. And then I got given the 50-second song, and I'm like, how fast is this? Play it. Susanna vir sortite, Susanna vir sortite, sortite, Susanna vir sortite, andata vir de qua. I am not kidding, that is the real speed. Mind you, singing that higher in a female's octave.
Like 10,000 octaves up.
Essentially.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, and going... And I had to do an operatic scream, which was the first time I'd ever done that. But I was like...
Congratulations.
Thank you. I was like, dear God, am I gonna die? I felt like I was gonna die.
Yeah, but I assume now those two are not even comparable. Like musical theater and... Like, no, they're nowhere comparable, like choir and musical theater.
They're
would you
very...
consider them their own separate entities?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would.
It's just strange to think about how different using your voice in different ways can be.
Yeah.
Finally, Chloe,
Mm-hmm.
to end everything off,
Mm-hmm.
why do you want to pursue music in your future? Why does it mean so much to you? All this and all you're working for?
Music means a lot to me because like I said before, I made so many like good connections through it, and a lot of songs that I now like are because of that. Like, because of like either people showing it to me or performing them, or, you know, what have you. And it's so, like, it's such a powerful thing that I feel like you can't look at, like, if you look at me and say, I don't like music. Or, it's like, what's your favorite genre of music? Oh, I don't really have one. I don't listen to music. Liar. You are a liar.
If you don't listen to music, I don't think you are an actual human being.
No, you're not. You would have to stab me in the heart and tell me that for me to believe you.
Because that's what it feels like to you.
Yes. It feels like I am getting like
Brutally stabbed, I assume.
It feels like I'm getting like strung up like from Alan from Smiling Friends when he wanted the cheese.
Okay, you're not getting crucified just because you're getting...
No, but that's what it feels like.
Okay,
I'm like,
sure.
It's like, how can you tell me you don't like music? And especially because I have, like the long, I don't want to say lineage, but the long, like, almost, not almost, the 21 years of music in my household and in my life. I, from hearing my parents talk about it, to going to my brother's concerts when I was a kid, to him then going to mine, and then, and now I go to his concerts. I go to his concerts now. He performs in like like not a small, but like a good size like community band, like a symphonic band, and I hear him play bassoon, and he admittedly I also do this. He doesn't practice much to it all. I practice a little bit, but he doesn't practice a lot, and it sucks because he's a really good musician, and I like he just says he doesn't have like passion for it or a motivation for it, which sucks because that's what I saw him for. And he did marching band in high school. I did marching band in high school because of him and because of multiple friends of his that also became my friends because I was an introvert in middle school. I'm like, I saw how much music could bring people together, and especially when my brother's friend had passed, I really saw how much even just one song could bring people together. And that song, my brother actually, his senior recital, that was the final song he played, was her favorite song. And had 4 people come out, including himself, and play the guitar. And that's what he did. And I'm like, that's when it also locked in for me. I'm like, if me just hearing this...
That's the moment you knew this is what you wanted to do.
Yeah. It's like, me hearing this, and like, hearing... Like, me and my mom, the second that he started talking about it, we're like, tearing up. We're like, oh my god. By the time we were done, there was no dry eye in our bedroom. But I'm like, the fact that we were moved, the fact that so many people were probably moved by him doing this, how many people can I move with when I...
How many people can you help?
How many people can I help? How many people can I move when I do this for my senior song? How many people can I show music to like this and have them have that moment? Not even being like, I want to pursue music for the rest of my life, but being like, music has something here. Like, there's something here worth, I don't want to say worth saving, but there's something here worth saving and like something worth keeping. I'm like, I just want everyone to have a good music experience at some point in their lives.
And that's exactly what you want to do.
Yeah.
And you will.
Yeah.
Well, Chloe, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show with me. It was an honor to hear your special interest. I hope to have you on soon once again, because it seems like you have a lot more you're interested in than just music.
Oh, we can go into a lot of things.
Yes, we can. If you are interested in more niche information like this, please make sure to check out my previous episode, where me and my guests go in depth about the history of Furbies. And please stay tuned for more episodes like this. That's all I have for you for today for the Special Interest Podcast. And remember, no topic is too niche. Until next time.